you are at an age where you need to pay attention and sit down and reflect. Are the choices that I'm making right now going to set me up for my future? I don't want to be broke. I don't want to be struggling. I want to be healthy. I don't want to be in and out of the hospital. For all my American girlies that have to pay for medical care, the healthier you are, the less bills you'll have. Why are the girlies aging terribly in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s? Yeah, your energy, your stamina, your endurance is of an 80-year-old or Hello, beautiful people. In today's video, we are going to be talking about why the girlies are aging terribly and how we can prevent aging terribly. If you want to be that woman, if you want to be glowing up constantly, looking good, better than your age, and also not feeling like your age or older than your age, then listen up. I am a certified personal trainer, certified nutritionist, bikini pro, Olympian. I am here to empower you. I'm here to add to you. If you are new to seeing my face, welcome. And to all those that are returning, I love having you here. Now, there is no excuse for why we should be aging terribly, especially after the age of 25. And now if you look at our generation, look around you. A lot of people are unhappy with their body. They have terrible habits, terrible ways of talking to themselves or seeing yourself. And so let's break it up. I have 5 tips for you today, and it is going to be so life-changing. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and comment down below one thing that you have been working on recently to make sure that you're prioritizing aging well. Put the girlies on, put me on, and let's get into the video. Based on behavior and science, starting off with number 1, and y'all already know I had to come with this one. Have you ever heard someone older than you say, wait till you get to this age? And then you look at their habits, you look at their lifestyle, you look at just their day-to-day living, and you're like, no, this is the example of what I don't want to be. And I think a lot of people don't really realize that the habits that you have today are going to set you up for the future. That could be financial habits, spiritual habits, physical habits, mental habits, emotional habits, how you take care of yourself, your soul, your body, your 2 brains, your gut and your brain. You know what I mean? How you take care of yourself today, whether you're in your teens, your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, your 60s, is going to add up to how you're going to look, how you're going to feel in 5 years, in 10 years, in 15 years, right? In 40 years. One common reason why most women are aging poorly is because of your unhealthy lifestyle choices over time. I talk about it all the time. I did not grow up in a household where I knew about nutrition. My mom did not know about nutrition. She's still learning through me till this day, right? Changing the way that she eats, changing the way that she takes care of herself. My mom is in her early 60s, and when I was home last year, I made sure to go to the gym and show her how to do some basic exercises so she could just start showing up. And she goes to the gym at least 3 times a week. A lot of you guys, if you're under 60 years old and you're not going to the gym, and my mother is going to the gym 3 times a week, shame on you. Whether it's the gym or working out at home and you're not doing any of it, and you have time to complain about a man, and you're not taking care of yourself, you're not building strength, you're not building any muscle density, because as you age, the muscle density starts to reduce. But if you have no muscle to begin with, you're going to be fragile. A lot of you guys are fragile, not just in your body, but also in your mind. Unhealthy lifestyle choices over time is why a lot of women are not showing up as their best self. And a lot of women are aging terribly based on the way that you eat, based on the lack of water or lack of nutrition or lack of nutrients, lack of exercise, excessive drinking or smoking. And those 2 alone are going to add a lot of damage to the body overall. And we all know this. When you see cigarette packages, they show you the potential of what your teeth and your lungs are going to look like. When you're drinking, you already know that you're going to be damaging your liver. There are a lot of things that we do today because we're looking for that instant reward. We're looking for that coping mechanism to forget about our problems or use it as a distraction, that we forget that when we build terrible habits, long term, we are going to be affected. Long term, if you have children or you're looking to have children, they will become affected as well, right? Then you have children and you hope that they're going to be the ones to break the cycle. Me. Learning about nutrition, learning about fitness, learning about health. I had to lose a parent for me to actually see beyond the physical appearance, because before, when I first got into bodybuilding and fitness, it was all about the aesthetics. It was all about the look. Yes, I wanted to become strong, but I wanted to build my body. I wanted to have some big developed glutes. I wanted to have a nice hourglass shape. And when I lost my dad, I was like, wow, it's not just about the physical training, but the mental side as well. Going through life, you have so many things thrown at you every single day. You're dodging bullets, right? That's why you gotta have the right people around you. You gotta have healthier habits, healthier coping mechanisms, and awareness to know when I make this decision, or when I decide to do this, or when I choose to pick up something that's going to tarnish my results. Is it going to help my life, or is it going to hinder my life? And a lot of the times, I know we can be so mentally weak that we cave because we want that instant reward. We want that instant dopamine hit. And you got to really pay attention to that. I once was in your shoes, right? Not everyone is going to grow up with a personal trainer or the need or want to become a personal trainer. I thoroughly enjoy my job. I thoroughly enjoy changing lives and getting to show you guys this perspective based on a lot of the things that have gone on in my life. Not having that example, I had parents that tried their best with what they had or knew at the time. But I grew up on Kraft Dinner. I grew up on cereal, sugary cereals, processed food, chicken nuggets, hot dogs. I grew up with not really considering exercise. I did play in sports team, but when I graduated from high school, I didn't look to go to the gym either. It was through my first boyfriend that I started to go to the gym after we broke up 5 years later, when I was like, you know what? I'm going to develop my revenge body. And that is why I went to the gym. I wanted revenge. Funny how that works. And then look where it led me to. But a lot of you guys are just making terrible choices in life, and you don't feel good about yourself. You don't feel good about what you look like in the mirror. You're on Instagram or TikTok comparing yourself to other people that are putting in the work. You cannot be envious of other people that are willing to do the work. You really just got to look yourself in the mirror and decide what kind of life you want in 5 years, in 10 years, in 15 years. If you are over the age of 20 years old and you are not taking care of your health, what is standing in your way? I know God has a plan for all of us, but we can't just sit here waiting. God has a plan. You actually have to do the steps. You actually need to be intentional with the actions and the choices that you make today. Because God is not just going to be like, oh, you're going to be in the best shape of your life and magically I'm going to design your body overnight or change your body overnight. No. You have to change and let God bless you along the way. A lot of you guys are waiting for God to move in your life, but you are sitting there on that couch, comfortably eating, shitting on yourself every single day. You are at an age where you need to pay attention and sit down and reflect. Are the choices that I'm making right now going to set me up for my future? I don't want to be broke. I don't want to be struggling. I want to be healthy. I don't want to be in and out of the hospital. For all my American girlies that have to pay for medical care, the healthier you are, the less bills you'll have. And a lot of you guys don't even go to the doctor because it costs so much. It's a blessing to live in Canada for that aspect alone. We do have long wait times and we do have pros and cons with Canada. But even me with free healthcare, I barely see my doctor. I go in twice a year to get my blood test, do checkups, physicals, and just make sure everything is fully functioning. But there's no reason why I'm in and out of the doctor. Oh, this hurts, or this is off, or that is off. You need to actually be fueling your body with proper vitamins, nutrients, water, hydration, good peace, around you and inside of your body. Guess what, ladies? I'm not going to leave you alone because my mentorship program is open. It's officially open. The link is below. This is a 6-week challenge where you are going to be weekly checking in on my app, doing my workout programs, my nutrition program, and sitting in weekly calls as a group. We are also going to have a daily WhatsApp group where you are going to be motivated, empowered. You're going to be learning, asking questions, bonding. There's women around you, but you're going to have me as your coach and your mentor for 6 weeks. And the bonus right here, I'm giving away cash money to 2 winners for the best transformation. I want you to be mentally, physically, financially, spiritually, emotionally changed when you're done in 6 weeks. If you want to have better habits, you want to have a better routine, you want to have a set up schedule, you want to understand how food works, you want to understand how training works, how to get to your goals, whether it's weight loss or building muscle, then yeah, you want to be in this group. Okay, so if you want to be in this group and you have friends that are looking for leadership, definitely send the link to them. I will be dropping constant information about my program, so if you have any questions, drop them down below and I will make a Q&A video for that. I also forgot to mention, when you have these unhealthy choices, you age terribly in your skin. Okay, you're gonna have a lot of wrinkles because lack of sleep, baby, lack of nutrients, baby. Your skin is not going to feel as tight either because you're not actually taking care of it with the food, with your training, with your hydration, with your sleep. And also when you are constantly smoking or drinking, it just runs down your entire body. And a lot of people will just start to see it reflect in their face first. You're going to have a ton of weight issues. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I'm going through this hormonal imbalance. I'm going through this. I'm going through that. I'm going through this. Look at your daily choices. And that is usually the reason why it's added up and led you to where you currently are right now. You're not stuck there, but you do need to make new choices that are going to heal you and reset your system. Also, a few other side effects is going to be low energy, health problems, bad aging skin. A lot of you guys have low energy, okay? Why do you guys have low energy? Because if you are looking for your man or you're in a relationship and you are not giving it, you're not putting it, if you're married, you go ahead. But if you're not married, you don't need to be giving your man any coochie, okay? Now he puts a ring on your finger, I'm sorry. You're not obligated, but like this is from a married woman. You should be putting out for your man, right? If you are just a female that is overly just tired and exhausted all the time, you're looking for love. How are you going to please that man if you are always tired, right? A lot of you guys don't want to move your body, or you can't do jump squats, or you can't run a mile. You can't do this. You can't do that. You are a woman. You can push out a baby. You know what I mean? God has given you so much power and strength inside of you. And you don't realize that a lot of the coping mechanisms or the distractions or your terrible habits have just made you this person that is so weak and fragile and slow. That is not normal. It is not okay to have low energy. A lot of the times people have low energy because not enough nutrients, not enough hydration, not enough sleep, and you're probably just, taking in like a lot of social media. Realize that social media is always going to be around. Social media is always going to be around. You're going to have all these vices and temptation around you. You need to develop your mind. Your mind is the strongest muscle in your body that you should prioritize training. Okay, so if you're not even going to go to the gym, read books. And we're also going to be reading a book in the 6-week program where we're going to cover that entire book in 6 weeks. So get ready for that. Yeah, we're doing a lot in 6 weeks. Imagine this picture, and this may be you, a woman that is missing sleep or lacking in good quality sleep, constantly stressed, constantly lives off junk food, or you're always eating takeout, you're either smoking or drinking or both, you party often, or maybe once in a while where again you're missing out on sleep, you don't really move much, or you're not that active. You will age terribly. You will not age well, regardless of genetics. Another common reason why most women are aging terribly is chronic stress, baby. Is high unmanaged stress levels. I want you to understand, like, my dad passed away from high blood pressure. High blood pressure is common for the Black community. And so if I'm talking to you, please pay attention. It is so scary in this world to maneuver with high stress. And also, you're not really training your cardiovascular health. So a lot of people just be at the gym, walking, or you're doing Pilates and you're just, I'm moving my body. You gotta train your heart. And I don't mean just in the bedroom. That's when you're training your heart. I want to know that you can walk up some stairs or run up the stairs, or you can run a mile, or you can do HIIT workouts. You can do burpees, mountain climbers. You can go. You got stamina. Listen, you got to train your heart, because a lot of you guys don't realize that your stress levels are so high and your physical levels are so low. When you move your body and you just honestly start to take care of yourself, you will be able to calm that blood pressure or calm your stress. And a lot of you guys don't even realize that every single day you just make it worse. Whether it's the people around you, the job, the boyfriend, the situationship, social media. You honestly sometimes are standing in the way of your own happiness because of your disobedience. Pay attention to when you are highly stressed and how you go about healing and maneuvering from that stress. A lot of you guys are not healing from it. A lot of you guys are maneuvering with more chaos and turmoil and distractions so that you're not dealing with the problem and you're still stressed. My dad made a lot of his stress linger for years. Okay, I grew up in a broken family household. Okay, I had a stepbrother that was very problematic. Okay, and I had police in and out of my house. And that caused a lot of stress for my dad. And just growing up, aging, even when my brother was in his 20s, 30s, it's still like, as a parent, of course, you're going to worry. As a parent, of course, you're going to be really stressed when your kids are unhealed based on a lot of the trauma that my brother had gone through at a young age as well, before I was even born. So a lot of you guys are carrying a lot of baggage that you need to heal from, because it's not only bringing you high stress, it's going to be passed down to your children. I grew up with high stress. I grew up with being a very aggressive child, right? If you said something to me and you were ready to fight, I'm ready to fight you. And a lot of you guys don't realize chronic stress raises your cortisol level. If your cortisol level rises, a lot of you guys are going to have, again, hormonal imbalances. You're going to gain weight or lose weight, which breaks down your skin collagen, increases your fat storage, and harms your sleep. Think about it. A lot of you guys are not sleeping well because you're highly stressed. You're gaining a ton of excess weight, and you may even be going to the gym, but it's how you deal with your stress and your emotional health as well. When your stress levels are high, you're going to be tired and aged in appearance. How many women are in their 20s and they look like they're in their mid 30s? How many women are in their 30s and they look like they're in their mid 40s? You know what? When I look at the older women, like in the 50s and 60s, if they took care of themselves, they look amazing. Like a lot of those women that are in the gym, even if they started the gym at 40, they honestly started to reverse aging and they look amazing. So when you are highly stressed and you lack in sleep, your appearance is affected. You're gonna have a lot of dark circles. You're gonna have dull, dry skin, along with irritable and poor health. So I really want you to decide, like, am I struggling with my sleep right now? Am I struggling with my stress levels right now? Am I accepting or adding to toxicity around me? When a woman is juggling too many responsibilities without coping tools, you will age visibly faster and also physically feel it in your body. Another common reason why most women are aging terribly, especially in the younger generation. Number 3, excessive cosmetic procedures. And I know y'all are gonna come for the boobs. I get it, my boobs are done, but nothing else is done. I've never touched my face. The thing that I've had done on my face was my eyebrows, okay? I got them microbladed. You guys are too young to be touching your face or your body. Now, when it comes to the implants, standing here today at age 30, I think I've had my implants now for 3 to 4 years. Would I do them now? No. Would I recommend you getting them done? No. And let me know if you want a video, but no. Now, when it comes to your face, Do I recommend you touching your face? No. A lot of the times when women don't age beautifully, especially when they're in their 40s or 50s, it's because you did too much when you were younger. And a lot of you guys are doing the fast work, right? You're looking for shortcuts rather than doing the work. Like a lot of people are getting BBLs and not working out or eating well. Maybe they're going to the gym now. I'm an influencer with my fake body, but you're still not eating well. A lot of people have paid for BBLs or body alterations, and it doesn't even look like you got anything done. Like, that was a waste of money. A lot of people are getting things done. The fillers and the Botox fade. You have to continuously keep going to get them done. You're stretching your face, and you're in your 20s and your 30s. What are you going to look like when you are 50, 60, 70, and you're all just wrinkly because you didn't take care of your face or your body just by eating well, hydrating your body, putting proper nutrients in your body, staying hydrated, moving, putting on sunscreen, doing the actual natural things that are going to help you and prevent you from aging terribly when you're older. A good example is Kylie Jenner. She had so much work done on her face and body, and now she looks so old. I don't even know if she's 30 yet, but she looks terribly old. A lot of you guys are making these decisions to do this because of influencers that you see on the internet. You need to figure out what you personally want for yourself. And also, before you make the decision to get these things done, even your breast documentation, I want you to look at your daily habits. I want you to look at how you think of yourself, how you talk to yourself, how you care for your body, because I didn't need to get them done. I'm done. I got my breasts done because I was getting really muscular for my category as a bikini bodybuilder. And I got them done right before I hit one of the biggest stages in bodybuilding for the Olympia. And I got my boobs done so it could shape my body nicely. However, I think about taking these out every single day. Like, one day I'm gonna have to take them out. One day I'm gonna have to be under the table taking them out because it's a foreign object. When I take these out, my breasts are not gonna be as beautiful as they were when I didn't touch them. You gotta think about those things too. Like, I got this done not only for bodybuilding, but also at the time for validation and attention. A lot of you guys are making these choices to do a lot of things to your body because you want the attention, you want the validation, you want to look this way. Not sure why you haven't just found your flow and your rhythm. But a lot of the things that you guys continue to stretch, like your face and your lips, your butt, your body, the more you add to your face and your body, it's not going to look the same when it starts to deflate or when you have to remove it. So is it worth it? No. Okay, you want to do whatever it is in your power to actually look good and stay hydrated. Eat well, take your vitamins, go to sleep, have your stress levels down. You guys have useless men around you that increase your stress levels and get your hormones off, even your pH balance off too. That used to be me when I was in my young 20s. But listen, if you're like pushing and you're in your 40s, your 50s, there's no reason why you should be entertaining anything. You shouldn't even be involved in anything that has you like fluctuating, has you imbalanced. A lot of you guys don't realize that, you're making a lot of choices because you want to feel validated, you want to feel beautiful for somebody else, but you haven't actually discovered your own beauty. My take on this is just don't be too excessive when it comes to your cosmetic procedures, but just think about it. Is it going to be necessary and healthy for you in the long run? What can you do right now that's going to make you naturally beautiful? Like, for me, I lost about 15 pounds since January, right? And my cheekbones are popping. Like, a lot of people pay for this. Another common reason why a lot of women are not aging well is going to be because, number 4, neglecting your mental and emotional health. In 2025, I feel like too many of my girls are walking around with depression, with anxiety, with resentment, with unhealed wounds, unresolved trauma, low energy, maybe even unpleasant facial expressions. Like, face expressions go a long way, so I had to add that in. Yeah. A hardened, unhappy appearance is very low vibrational. It's not magnetic. It's not irresistible. It's not attractive. It's not welcoming. It's not going to align with better people and better opportunities. I want you to know that mental and emotional pain is often visible in how you carry yourself or in your face expression. A woman who is walking around unhealed from emotional wounds, Past baggage, limiting beliefs may carry stress in her face, in her voice, in her body, and into other relationships. A lot of you guys have the potential to be more, do more, have better lives, but we are walking around unhealed. Until I was able to take accountability for my past behaviors, my choices, my attitude, my habits, I had to heal. I had to sit down. I cried a lot. I forgave a lot. Till this day, I still forgive. It was so important for me to heal and to grow out of any toxicity that I had within me, carrying any past baggage of pain. That way I could tap into my purpose. And as I began to heal, God ended up opening up way more opportunities for me. I went from being a coach for working under a business to opening up my own business, and then 3 years later starting a YouTube channel, and here we are today. And so I tell you, you can't really help other people or really stand in your boldness, your confidence, your purpose, a healthy relationship with a partner, a spouse, or even in friendships or business if you are unhealed. When you are feeling better within yourself, you are going to have better discernment. You're going to walk around way more intentional, way more kind and inviting. That way you can open up the opportunities for friendships, community, opportunity. But a lot of you guys are bringing your trauma and your baggage and your emotional baggage into other people's lives and trauma dumping and putting it on other people. I remember being in relationships where I used, at least I can say for my ex, I used him as an emotional support dog. Like, I used him like an emotional support for everything that I decided I didn't want to heal from myself. Like, a lot of guys don't even deal with your own problems. You put it on to other people, and then you choose terrible coping mechanisms and try and have other people figure that out for your own life. That is not fair. When you have a lot of pain and resentment built up within you, you need to seek help. You need to seek help, whether that's through therapy or with getting closer to God, reading his word, understanding that he loves when you forgive and you give him your problems so that you can move forward, so that it's no longer a you issue, it's a them issue. A lot of you guys are carrying past baggage that other people did to you. You're putting a lot of that burden on your shoulders. Give that problem to God. Anyone who has done you wrong will always have to answer for what they've done. And anything you do to anyone else, you will have to answer for that as well. So why not heal and walk around within this world as a better human being with purpose, with drive, with love, with grace, so that you can move in other people's lives as well. But a lot of you guys aren't going to be aging well. You're going to be bitter, unhappy, jealous, conniving, just the toxic of the toxic, okay? And I can smell ya from a mile away. I used to be like that. We're human. We have these traits. It's easy to become negative. It's easy to be unhappy. It's easy to be a victim, but not many people want to put in the work and change their life for generations to come. That work is going to be so transformative to your entire life. And even in 6 weeks or 1 year, you could be a different person with a different mindset, a different outlook, a different perspective of life, and a different way of living, because you decide to stop being a victim and to prioritize your health and your well-being. I don't let anybody throw me off course. I don't let anybody disrespect me or have my emotional and mental state up and down. I made sure that when I was ready to date, that I was going to have a man that knew what he wanted and didn't have me all over emotionally. A lot of you guys are dealing with people that haven't put you first. And you can't force somebody to see the value and put you first. You can't force someone to see the value in your mental, emotional well-being. You teach them by walking away and setting boundaries. A lot of you guys are allowing people to sit all over you, and your mental health is plummeting. As you age, you're dealing with a lot of crap that God really didn't put you on this earth to deal with. But your disobedience is why you're still sitting in it. Your disobedience to, I could be better, I deserve better, this is not it. but you rather stay in there for validation or because you're comfortable or because you spent this many years with that person, it doesn't matter. Why do you think that your life can't be better tomorrow? Once your mental health and your emotional health, even financially, you could be making way more money if you're around the right people. Some of you guys are not. You're not living your fullest potential because you're settling for the years that we've been together, or you're settling for, oh, we've been friends since high school or elementary school. I don't care. Once my peace and my emotional state is impacted by your terrible energy, I'm out the door. I used to think I could never get better. God would never give me better. But honestly, as I put more faith and trust in Him, I get better and better and better. Better people, better everything. Experiences, better opportunities, better ways of living and traveling and seeing the world. A lot of you guys are standing in your own way and affecting your mental health because of the convenience or the comfort that you know doesn't serve you. Just pray about it, because God has better for you. He wants to see you happy. He does not want you to be emotionally drained, mentally down. There's no way or reason why you should be in and out of the doctor's office with a prescription that you rely on so that you can feel calm or at ease. God is the one who can really change your life and the way that you currently feel right now. My last common reason why a lot of women end up aging terribly: social pressure and lack of self-care. I want you to understand that social media is going to be around. It's not going anywhere, okay? I am grateful that God has not put in my path to be an influencer that is like, oh, do this to your face, or do, like, I preach internal health. And I'm a reflection of everything that I preach. You are going to see and come across, buy this, do this, buy that, this. A lot of you guys fall for it. A lot of you guys are in debt because of your shopping addictions. And whether it's for cosmetic procedures, outfits, skincare, a lot of you guys are in debt because of social pressures. We all want to look like our favorite influencers. There are two sides to social pressure. Either you're going to be trying hard to be like your favorite influencers or to be a standout creator and lose yourself in the process, or you're going to give up because you feel like, again, God has nothing better for you. For myself, I always have to remind myself that it's important to figure out who I want to become and stay true to me. Find out what works for me without going broke, without doing too much for the internet or to please other people. I'm not here to please people. I'm here to change lives holistically, right? And a lot of you guys have not found your why, or the simplest meaning of life beyond materialism, beyond cosmetic procedures, beyond validation from the internet. Oh, you allow social media to control you on how you feel about yourself or where you should be in life, where you compare yourself or your relationships or your friendships or lack of friendships because of what you see on social media. It's all about planting seeds or a few seeds in your life of what you want to flourish, not based on social media, not based on validation or attention, but what you truly want and what makes you happy over time. Finding out the little things and the little joys in your life that make you come alive, even if you weren't on social media. So when I took my sabbatical from Instagram, I wanted to pour into my wisdom. I wanted to pour into myself as well, coming back to self and finding out who I wanted to be before I went back on certain apps. And I'm going to talk about this in another video. If you have any questions, drop them down below. But it is so important that you analyze your life and you often check in with yourself weekly or monthly to analyze your choices, your mental state, your emotional decisions that you make based on how you're feeling and what you're doing it for, or who you're doing it for. If you're not doing it for God or for yourself, then what's the point? Right? If you're doing it for the validation or for the attention of others, then be prepared to lose yourself along the way, because you're never going to be good enough for the world. You're always going to be good enough for God. You are never going to be good enough for the world. The world is always changing. It has different beauty standards every single day. There's a different cosmetic procedure that is better for you every single day. There is this way of living, this way your relationship should be, this is how you should look every single day, but you will always be enough for God. So it's so important for you to get centered with yourself and know yourself so well that you're like, God, I surrender. I give you my life. I want what you have for me and only that, right? Lead me in the best direction. Lead me and guide me into a healthy direction where I can flourish and thrive and be my healthiest self and be happy as well, where I don't look at my neighbor in envy or jealousy, and I can maneuver through my life in happiness and age well. When I walk around, I've had so many men recently come up to me and they're like, you're glowing, or your aura is different. I have spent this half of the year to just work on becoming a kinder human that is softer, and I don't have to speak. I let my eyes, my body language, my energy do the talking, and I just wanted to be just happy and minimal at best too. I really want you guys to know that like happiness is not found in other people or doing things to please other people. Happiness is found in God, and God is going to give you as much as you need because he has the best plans for you. But oftentimes we stand in our own way. Now I'm just pretty much rambling. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Poor aging is often a reflection of long-term neglect.